Yeah, hey everyone, Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and today we are doing something special. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone. I said we were going to put a quick pause in our AI-only series for today because I wanted to do something just completely crazy off the wall with it, and I think we maybe have accomplished that. So, we're going to put a quick pause in the AI-only series. It'll be back tomorrow like normal with, I think it's episode 2 of Group Stage 5, so that'll be tomorrow like normal. We'll be back on. This is just going to be a one-day, one-off series, but I spent some time looking into the XML files, and I think we got something pretty epic incoming today. So I decided we were going to go ahead and pit all of the new Frontier civs against each other today. We're going to do this all in one episode. It's probably going to be like 40-50 minutes, but I'm going to be honest, they might not live that long. So what we ended up doing is I ended up going into the XML file, and I ended up changing the numbers where basically it determined when the apocalypse mode at the end of the game triggered. And so now it doesn't, the world climate doesn't have to reach world stage 8 for the apocalypse mode to trigger. Essentially, the comets are going to start falling on turn 1, which should make this game rather interesting because, oh hey, now you don't have to deal with comets falling, you know, once you get to a certain point in the game. No, now you have to literally work your entire empire around comets. Now, there's a couple other things I did change as well. Number 2, I ended up noticing some settings, and I don't know if this one worked or not, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. But I noticed some settings for the forest fires where it was like max turn 2. So I ended up changing all of the forest/jungle forest fires to last 10 turns instead of 2 fires because, you know what, if we're gonna go absolutely crazy with this, let's just burn the world down, all right? And then the other thing I ended up changing is, so before it had it so the Comet Lake was impassable. I changed it so now you should be able to pass through it. I think it counts as water. I don't know, and quite frankly, I didn't really watch and see if the AI passes through it. We'll probably have to end up playing it ourselves to see whether or not you can actually pass through it. But basically, that's all the crazy things happening. I probably could have adjusted the volcanoes, but here's the thing. I think ultimately, and I don't know this for a fact, but I think only one natural disaster can happen per turn. So because of that, really, there was no reason for us to really tweak too many settings. The thing is, I imagine 99% of the natural disasters that are going to happen are probably going to be the comets falling. If we end up someday deciding to actually play this for real here in the future, what we probably should end up doing is actually just making it so that the comets fall a little less often, so it's a little more balanced. But still, I think this is going to be hilarious and great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6. I think small is fine. What map? I think let's do a Pangea map just to make it as psychotic as possible. The meteors are still hitting the coastline, which is good, so there's nothing there. Where's Pangea? It should be under P. Where's P? What is P? I don't know. We're gonna do low sea level just so I have as much land as possible because, I mean, they're gonna have a lot of work to do. Let's bump the city-states down just a little bit. I'm gonna go 6. I'm just trying to get as much land for these guys as possible because once the comets start falling, it's gonna be psychotic. I think we're still only gonna do up to 315 though, just because, you know, it's gonna be a little crazy. And I think let's just leave everything else off. Yeah, I don't really want dramatic ages for this because we got the meteors falling every single turn, and that's just going to be probably more interesting than anything. And then we'll do the balanced start. Let's go ahead and save this as Crazy Christmas. Oh my god, that's actually a great name. Crazy Christmas. That is every year. All right, let's start the game. We'll put a quick pause in and we'll load this up and hopefully everything is gonna work right. It worked right when I was just doing a quick test, but I didn't go super long with the test. But we'll see here in a second. All right, let's do this. So, no idea what this is gonna look like. That's a very interesting looking map. It's like a cow, like a bullhorn. That's kind of what it just reminds me of initially. So, we actually got the solar flare on turn 1, which is great. I mean, that can technically spawn pre-apocalypse mode, so that doesn't really prove. Okay, there you go. There you go. Apocalypse mode right there. Oh, it doesn't actually delete the yields now. Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. All right, so there you go. Apocalypse mode, turn 1. Let's freaking go. We got another one hitting right here on Gran Colombia. We're going so quickly, it's gonna be kind of hard to keep up with the meteors and everything that's happening here. So we got Byzantium over there. Then to the south, we got Maya with the sexy green dude. Ethiopia then is to their east, and then northeast. This is not Maya, that's Babylon. Okay, they share colors. All right, so let's see where the meteors are hitting. Man, Maya, you gotta be a little close. I mean, you're getting a little scared here. Yeah, a little here. Singapore missed. We are having some issue making this disappear, I noticed. I don't know. Sometimes that stuff, I think it's just registering too much stuff now with Apocalypse mode. I actually wonder if maybe part of the slowdown late game is due to Apocalypse mode. All right, so that ended up killing a warrior. It's actually giving a lot of yields. You know, I'm just not realizing that. It's actually giving yields. Yeah, let's see if this actually doubled up the yields then on these tiles. Maybe. Still, that's actually really good. I'm actually totally down with this. The funny thing is, this is really going to be just absolutely psychotic here. I don't know what's going to happen. I cannot imagine, like, surely no one's going to actually win an actual game. Is someone going to get completely wiped out? Maybe I need to turn on the ocean as well with this just to, like, I don't know. I don't know. This is psychotic. This is such a dumb idea. I love it. I think on Christmas, I think we're going to totally play a game with this mode on too, because this just seems like too much fun. Like, I love this. This is just hilarious. Like, here's the other thing. Is everything just meteors? No, there are some other things happening. 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, it still looks like it's once per turn though. So... okay, that was a targeted one. So there is going to be a natural disaster every turn, which is probably a little bit different. The thing is, they're going to mostly be comets, though. Oh my God, right on Nicaea, and Byzantium is the first one to get punished for playing the game. I mean, punished by the meteors or comets. All right. It destroyed the city, but it was targeted, so it didn't really destroy the land. So there's going to be some possibility of resettling. Honestly, this might be kind of a game where you just don't want to settle too much. Oh, that one's going to hit. Is that going to blow up the warrior? I don't think so. It killed the warrior, but it did keep everyone else alive, though. So the tiles are completely passable, and in fact I actually think you can settle on it because they're not embarked right now. So all right, that's interesting. That's not quite working. All right, and there goes Ethiopia getting hit as well. So that's not working quite as we expected, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Go settle on the yeah, the terrain. Sure. Can you work it then? I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine, because it's a, like, it would have to be like a farm is going to have like restrictions where you have to build on certain terrain, and that's not going to be terrain. Oh, Byzantium got hit again. Oh no, Byzantium's down to one city. Uh-oh. Things are not looking too hot for Byzantium right now. All right. Grand Columbia's only at 2 cities right now. Byzantium's at 1. They're trying to get second city down. Maya is at 4 cities. That was having lost one, I think, right? They are being sieged down by barbarians, though. Ethiopia is now at 3, and then Babylon is with 2 right now. So that one, both really kind of missed everything right now. Dude, Mayans have been like they have a lot of these meteors right next to them. Dude, I kind of dig this. This is interesting. This is such a terrible idea, though. I love it. So you're building Stonehenge, whatever. I mean, honestly, this is going to be like whoever can survive, I think, long term. This is so stupid. I love it. I just love it. Okay. I had to change a lot of settings. Luckily, I copied and pasted all of our settings, though, so we could quickly do this. I think the reason why we're going to end up playing this, I think we're definitely going to do a quick mini-series. We might have to just put our Spain play on pause for a little bit and just actually do a mini-series out of this. I don't know. Because the thing is, it's going to take, like, longer than, like, you know, an hour, 45 minutes to actually do this. Play an actual game here. Barbarians survived, unfortunately for the Barbarians. Unfortunately for all the players as well. So, he died. He got hit. All 3 of his cities got hit. It's 3 targeted strikes, too. Come on. That's just like, that's such BM game. That is such BM, man. It targeted strike all 3 of his cities. Like, come on. Although actually this maybe was his city, so maybe it wasn't just 3 targeted strikes. Maybe it was 2 targeted strikes and the non. Dude, there's something with the targeted strikes hitting cities. Yeah, it's something with the targeted strike that somehow is more likely to hit cities. I might need to look into that, because that's kind of hilarious, but it's also, like, maybe that one needs to get toned down just a little bit. Maybe the regular one can't blow up cities, and only the targeted strike can? Mayans have now lost 2 cities. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I might need to look into those settings there then. Because there's definitely, I'm definitely thinking it might just be the targeted strikes that are doing it. So now the Mayans are down to 2 cities. Remember, they were at like, what, 4 or 5 at one point, but now they're getting just absolutely destroyed. So really, this is just coming down to whoever the RNG gods favor the most. There's Preslev. I'm pretty sure this is another targeted strike. Let's see, was that one 4 tiles or 1 tile? No, 1 tile. Dude, I don't know what's up with that. Okay, I gotta double check on that then. I mean, it's interesting, but like, here's the thing. It's almost too much then with the targeted strikes. Like, they need to get toned down a little bit then. Because what they're doing is just blowing up cities basically nonstop. And so, like, everyone's losing cities, which isn't a problem, but I think that one just needs to be just a little less frequent. Still hilarious for what we're doing, though. All right, this one was 2 tiles. I'm just trying to see if anyone actually lost cities. Barbarians got killed, although their encampment's still there. I suppose the outpost, well, it didn't actually destroy the land, which is interesting. So Babylon did end up losing 2 more cities as well. Yeah, dude, these are just absolutely wrecking everyone right now. Targeted strike here, although that wasn't a targeted strike. This is Ethiopia. Okay. So we're down to 4 players. We started with 6, did we not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so who was the other one that got killed then? Babylon, Ethiopia. Oh, Grand Columbia's out now too. Wait, no, Grand Columbia's right there. Why is Grand Columbia not here? What? What? That's interesting. So why is Grand Columbia not listed up there? All right. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is gonna be a little buggy, all right? Let's just throw this out there from the get-go. This is gonna be a little buggy. I'm wondering if we've maybe never technically met them according to the game rules or something. Did he lose his capital? No. Like, that was the other thing. Like, maybe he lost his capital and had to remake his capital or something. Dude, that's a really sexy spot, man. If only you could put some terrain. Now, like, yeah, you're not going to be able to build districts or anything on it, but, like, it's not terrible, though, from terrain standpoint. Yeah, actually, I think if we got rid of the targeted wonders, the targeted comets, I actually think I totally dig this. I think this would actually be really fun to play. The targeted comets are just like hitting, because like, here's the thing you gotta understand. Targeted comets, when you're on like turn 300 and there's like 50 cities in the game, are less punishing because it's like a 1 in 50 chance. When there's only like 15 cities, like, okay, all of a sudden, like, probably half the cities that have been settled at this point have been struck because they're hitting just so often. I probably don't want to turn them off, but I definitely want to tone it down just a little bit, I think. For sure. So still nothing, no more targets as of yet. Trying to get rid of some of these other wonders. Who's actually winning the score game? Right now it's Simone Bolivar. But hey, if we wanted something that's going to be really balanced, apparently this is the best way to actually balance out the AI. Just having comments destroy everything. All right, so anytime we see like 3 tiles, then we know it's like wasn't a targeted one. All right, goodbye, Koba. So that is yet another city destroyed. This was just a 1 tile again. Yeah, dude, okay, I think we discovered something. I don't think I ever realized that before. I don't know, maybe it's because it's early game or something, but yeah, I've never noticed that it's always just the 1 tiles that destroy the city. Which actually makes some sense because we've seen some other meteors hit right next to the city center and not destroy it. So I'm wondering if maybe the targeted ones are only... No, they've hit more than just the city. Yeah. I wonder if they're just tuned to like be more likely to hit the city? I don't really know. All right, who's still alive here? So let's see. Grand Columbia's at 3 cities right now. They're currently trying to take over Johannesburg. We got 3 cities here for Gaul. They're trying to throw down number 4. Mayans are down to 3 cities. Remember, they were at like 5, and then they're down to 2. Ethiopia's down to 1 now because they've lost pretty much everything. And Babylon is at 2, although they're about to lose 1 to barbarians. Because why not? Oh, why not? Oh my gosh, dude. When Babylon is getting their butt kicked, you know that this was a bad idea. Oh, another city destroyed. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because we said they were at 3 and now they're at 1 or 2. Oh, that was not a targeted one. Is that going to destroy the district? That will not destroy districts. Maybe this one can't even destroy districts. Yeah, maybe. Dude, I still dig this mode. I definitely dig it. Ethiopia, what are you gonna do? How long do you think we could survive? Especially with the map like this, with the targeted one. How long do you think until we get killed? Keep in mind on deity, all the AI would get hit much more likely than us. Like, because if we're playing with 5 other AI, they're gonna have 3 cities compared to my 1. So you're talking like 16 cities out there. It's what, a 1 in 16 chance? All right, Babylon literally got one of their cities raised and then got destroyed by another one. That one actually said 2 tiles. Interesting. 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 So now Babylon's down to 1 city. Ethiopia's down to 1 city. Here's the thing. We knew from the get-go this was how this was going down. We knew that, and you're down to 3. We knew that it was going to come down to whoever survived the longest, which 100% is based on RNGesus mixed with a little bit of whoever can settle the most. That was Maya, so now Maya's back down to 2 cities. And they don't really have a lot of room left, man. Oh, oi, oi. Can ships go through this tile, I wonder? If units can go through it, I'm kind of assuming that ships cannot. That would be my initial assumption. I don't think that was Grand Columbia. I think that was just a random 1 hit. Yeah, same thing with that one. I don't know that those actually targeted anything specifically. So meteors are still falling. It's just like too much. Like seriously, there's like just too much. It's hard to like keep track of it. Oh my gosh. Dude, this is actually gonna be a lot of fun playing by myself with this just because it's like, I don't even know. Like, it's just like survival 101. And like, you're not gonna actually see most, okay, and there goes Babylon. Babylon is the official 2nd one eliminated then. And then there were 4, and then there were 4. Who is the best Civ? I'm kind of rooting for Mayans. Mayans were the ones that predicted this, okay? They were the ones that predicted this. They should be the ones that survived this. Come on, Maya. I believe in it. I believe in you. Grand Columbia is at 3 cities. Gauls are at 2 cities because they're about to lose number 3. Man, and they were going for the Machu Picchu too. Dude, imagine the amount of wonders we're going to be able to build. And Ethiopia's at 2. Like, seriously, just with the AI getting all their cities destroyed. Like, this is really, like, this is actually just a completely different way to play the game. Because this is like, screw building up your cities. Like, wonders, whatever, completely worthless at this point. It's all about trying to survive. So essentially, you just want to get as many cities out as possible. Yeah, this is actually just a completely different way to play it. I love this. Oh my God. This might be my new favorite thing, guys. I am absolutely in love with it. Although it is hilarious that we're on like turn 90 and we've already had 2 civs eliminated via destruction. Ah, chaos. Chaos in the world, man. Chaos in the world. So this is what would happen if the year was like 2100 and humanity was just now settling for the first time. All right. There goes Johannesburg, which they conquered. So now they're down to 2 city-states, or 2 cities. Maybe we want more city-states so that, you know, there's less punishing. Like, city-states are more likely to get punished. Are there even any city-states left in the game? No, they're all gone. Literally every city-state has been destroyed. Oh, the targets. And the Gauls now are officially eliminated as well. Okay, so we're down to Mayan, Ethiopian, Grand Columbia. Grand Columbia is at 2. Ethiopia is at 2. Maya's at 3. Come on, Maya, I believe in you. I believe in you. Does that mean someone could actually win? Actually, yeah, someone could win a religious victory very quickly here. I mean, if they're the only one left, what happens? Do you just win a domination victory? Actually have no idea what happens here. Oh, Maya got hit. Their capital got hit, so now they're down to 2. So, like, would you win the... I mean, obviously, you'd win the religious victory if you had a religion. If you didn't have a religion, would you just win domination victory then because you'd have everyone's capital? Obviously, you're not going to win science victory. Or would you win a cultural victory? I suppose we're just going to have to see. Okay, Ethiopia. Oh, lost another one. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. That's a little interesting. All right, we're probably gonna have to re-roll this, and I think we are gonna, I'm gonna close the game out after this, and I think let's tone down the comets hitting the cities if we can, and then let's run this one more time and see, you know, it should be a little less psychotic. Like, I don't wanna, like, avoid the comets hitting the cities, but, you know, literally at this point, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love this as well. Like, this would be a fun game to play just because it's like you're constantly just trying to dodge. This would be a very interesting strategy, a game to like kind of figure out how to win. But I also kind of want to see it where the AI is not just quite playing pure victim, because all of a sudden they just lose all of their cities. So how this would work if we played this on single player mode, just try spreading out as quickly as possible. Get out, like literally just build cities. You'll probably want to get some units, but man, I think, man, you need cities. You need as many cities as possible. I wonder what's triggering, like what's the difference in the comets? That's the one thing I don't know. I know that the single tile comets, the targeted ones, are less likely. Okay, there goes another city for Grand Columbia. I know that they are less frequent. I do remember seeing that occurrences, that they are less frequent. And Ethiopia, but okay, that one missed the city. Hit some districts. The thing is, especially with the yields on it, it's really not that bad. Making the Comet Lake passable is kind of interesting. I wonder if there's a way to make it so land units can't pass through Comet Lake and make it so it's water units. I'm gonna have to find that one. But I would totally dig it. Like, are we gonna play with this mode going forward? I don't know, man. This is kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to like make 2 separate versions of the game. Maya ended up losing their other city, but then they threw down another new city, and they actually built that one on, interesting. Okay, so they did end up building that on top of the Comet Lake. So you can actually settle on top of a Comet Lake. Worth noting, I guess. Worth noting. Grand Columbia got officially eliminated. All right, so now we're down to Ethiopia. 1 city and Maya with 2 cities. Boom, boom, boom. So basically, we're just waiting for the Comet Strikes to destroy one of them. So really, the true winners of this one are not free cities. It's the barbarians. Really, what we learned is in a situation like this, where it's the apocalypse mode, it's best not to actually live in a government, but instead to live with a roving band of barbarians that goes and just pillages and like is nomadic. So Mad Max, we know what we want to do now once Mad Max happens. Actually, both of their cities are currently on Comet Lakes. That's interesting. All right, so there goes the game then. So we're gonna have Maya win the absolutely psychotic one. So let's see, the defeat, but what was this from? How did they win is the question. They won the religious one. So I'm wondering, there's got to be some priority in the victories, like in the registering. Like it would have to like look for a religious victory first, then like a score victory, then like a blah, blah, blah. Like there would have to be some sort of priority, right? Because theoretically, they should have also technically won a cultural victory and a domination victory. Technically, because there were no other capitals, so they owned all the capitals. They had 101, and then they had 100% of the tourism. The culture one, I could see maybe them not winning, but they definitely could have won a domination victory. So I think the religious victory must trigger first. So that's worth noting if you were tied with someone who was about to win a domination victory, as long as your religious victory triggers first, you know, there you go. All right, let me put a quick pause in this, and we'll be back in 1 second, and I'm going to change some settings around. All right, so yeah, I ended up tweaking some settings. So number 1, I ended up turning down the amount of comet strikes just overall, not just like the targeted ones, but the non-targeted ones too, simply because then we can maybe hopefully see some more volcanoes, some more forest fires and stuff like that. So I think the regular volcanoes were like 400 per game, the regular comet strikes were like 400 per game, and then it was like 200 per game for the targeted one, and I think 250 respectively, where like the volcanoes I think are like at 50 and the forest fires are at like 50 and stuff like that. So pretty much the comet strikes, the targeted comet strikes are going to be about the same pace as all the other natural disasters, if I recall correctly, and we should still have more comets, but it's not going to be quite as many. Other thing I ended up changing is I ended up adjusting it so that the comets can actually hit, because they couldn't hit. It hit me afterwards. I was like, wait a second, the comet strikes actually can't hit any of the terrains. So, the comet lakes, because I didn't tell it could hit the Comet Lake. So essentially, because the Maya ended up putting 2 cities inside a Comet Lake, it was basically impossible for those cities to ever be hit, so Maya was going to win no matter what. The other thing, and I don't know if it worked this way, but I'm pretty sure I made the Comet Lake a coast. So I'm hoping that's what ended up happening. So let's go ahead and load Crazy Christmas. We're going to go ahead and just throw in some random numbers here so we get a different map. But yeah, E14. Oh my God, what? This could be an interesting one. So this should work, but yeah. Hopefully this works out correctly. Essentially what it had before was Comet Lake had then like possible features, and it had all the different like possible features. I think what it was basically doing is it was just maintaining its previous feature from before. There was an error. Dang it. All right, I'm gonna have to go maybe change something. Give me a minute and we're gonna try this again. Wow, that took incredibly way too long. I figured out what was happening. So what was happening is when the comet falls, it's not creating new terrain. It's essentially putting a feature on top of the terrain. So essentially think of the terrain as like the base, and then the feature sits on top of it. So essentially your base is going to be like, you know, grass plains or something like that. And then on top of it, you have features like a natural wonder, or you might have like stone, or, you know, some resource or something like that. And so essentially what was happening, or what happens in the game, is every time a comet hits, it essentially is basically making a new feature that sits on top of it, which normally doesn't even let you pass it through. But when I removed the impassable nature of it, what it was allowing is basically the terrain was still sitting there, except it was just kind of changing it and changing the artwork to a lake and stuff like that. What I ended up doing is I ended up taking some of the original features, and so I took it from Comet Lake. So theoretically, you should not be able to settle on it, number one. Number two, it should also provide fresh water. So I think that was the two things I did add. I added in, what was it? Removable feature. No. Let's see. Where did it go? Where'd it go? Sorry. I'm like looking. These are really hard to find stuff on. So basically I added lake true, settlement false. So, and freshwater, I think true. So what that means is theoretically they should not be able to settle on it then. And then it should count as a lake. Theoretically. We shall see though. Now it's still gonna show up. Actually, it says coast. It works! Oh my god, it works! It showed up as coast. That's exactly what I wanted to show up as. Yes! It freaking works! Let's go, baby! Oh my god, I feel so excited. Dude, I am so proud of myself. All right, cool. So what that means is now you have extra water territory and you can move through it. Dude, I like this. I am totally gonna live with this from now on. Dude, this is awesome. Are we really down to, wait, what the hell is happening? Okay. We got some bugs. We definitely have some bugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Which, you know, it's gonna happen. It's very much gonna happen because, you know, we're basically changing the game. So what does this map look like? You know, we should actually maybe even plan a larger map than this in the future. All right, so Ethiopia got one of their cities destroyed. But yeah, we should plan a bigger map here in the future, especially if we're playing the single player. So once again, it's a little less targeted. Although, so you only have one city right now. I don't know it's because anything crashed. No, I think you've just been absolutely terrible. Yeah, he kind of broke for whatever reason. I don't know why. He's just not going this way. Maybe because, you know, Byzantium's there and he's worried. I have no idea. Well, Grand Colombia is not long for this world. Let's just throw that out. Gauls are currently at 3 cities right now. Maya has 3 cities. Ethiopia has 2 because they just lost one, and then Byzantium's at 3. Did we miss someone? Meteor random place? I don't think so. No, because we talked about the Gauls. Okay, yeah, all right. So let's see who's the best AI. Oh, Babylon. Where'd Babylon go? Did Babylon just straight die? Babylon straight died. That's what happened. Okay, then. So wherever Babylon spawned, which I'm fairly certain they did spawn, they must have just gotten instantly hit by a meteor. Or a comet. All right, so this is kind of big. I want to see this right here. How often do we have comets? I might need to tone them down still even more. Yeah, they're still happening maybe a little too frequently. It's still hilarious, don't get me wrong, but it is kind of hilarious when it just absolutely murders someone. So, did one of these actually show location? Babylon. Literally turn 1. Sorry, turn 3. Turn 3, Babylon got destroyed by the comet. All right, there you go. Congratulations, Babylon, for being the most unlucky civ probably to ever exist in the game. This is just great. This is awesome. Screw actually adjusting the settings, man. This is fun. And then yet somehow Grand Colombia is sitting here with still only one. Maybe they're just like, screw this. We don't want to do anything, man. We saw what happened to Babylon. We're too afraid. Can we actually see where that was if we click on it? Comet strike Babylon. Yeah, you should be able to actually like pull it up. It fertilized the tile though, so congratulations. The funny thing is actually all the comet strikes are now fertilizing. Yeah, they're all fertilizing because they're dropping science and faith on it, which I'm totally down with. I like this a lot better, honestly. I like the fact that it turns into a lake instead of an impassable feature. And I'm not entirely sure why they ended up changing it that way. It says coast. Yeah, so that's the only downside, is it's showing up as coast and not a lake. But it should still be fresh water, though. Yes. Oh, that's a lake. Yeah, it shows up. No, that's river. Yeah, no, this one's fresh water. Shows up as fresh water. It's just labeled as a coast. So that's the only thing, which, you know what? That's minor. I can live with it. It's not that big of a deal. Technically, it should be lake, but whatever. And honestly, coast kind of makes a little more sense if, like, you know, it happens near, like here. Now this says coast, and that makes sense, and it wouldn't make sense if it said lake. So ultimately, if I can only have one, I think I'm good with the one we currently have. All right, so meteors are still falling at an increased rate. Still might want to tone that down. Ethiopia is at 2 cities, so I'm assuming they probably lost one here. Grand Columbia looks like they might actually get city number 2 out. Byzantium's only at 3 cities. The AI is just like, no. We just want to hide. They're literally currently building tunnels inside their own territory. You know, I think. That would actually be fun if you could build a territory. The other thing I actually debated about doing was actually adjusting the comets so that they don't do as much destruction. Because I could actually change it. Right now they do 101 damage, which I think just... I assume 100 damage probably wouldn't actually kill the city. So they decided to make it 101 damage. So I was debating about actually doing like 50 damage or something like that. So it wouldn't necessarily destroy the cities. And I could do that with the targeted. So... I don't think the non-targeted ones, re-looking at it again, I'm fairly certain the non-targeted ones actually can't destroy a city. I don't think they can. It's just like, because I don't know. It has like city targeting. Well, here's the thing. Maybe they can destroy the city, but I know they don't target the city. How about that? Because if I remember correctly, they have city targeting turned on, which means they won't target the city. So... I might have to go ahead and make a tutorial on how to do this. If you guys want to see how we ended up doing all the settings, I might have to go in and actually show everyone how we did it. It was a long, complicated process, and the question is, can I actually replicate my results here? And that's an interesting question. That is definitely an interesting question. So, but I definitely feel like this is going to be worth playing on. This is going to be a freaking fun game to play with. Especially like this is just awesome, dude. That's just so freaking cool. We're definitely going to play with a larger map, I think, just so there's a little more territory to get hit. And I think I am going to tone it down just a teeny bit more. I think 200's maybe still a bit too much. Like, here's the thing. Like, it's not that I care so much that the meteors are hitting every turn. The problem is, you know, solar flares are hitting quite often too. The thing that we're really missing right now is we're just not getting the volcanoes. We're not getting the forest fires. We're not getting any of the other stuff. The reason we're not getting any of the other stuff is because the meteors are just like such high priority right now. They're hitting at like a 200 to 50, actually, no, we could even pull that up right now. I don't need the features notepad anymore because we actually have that. Let's go back to the actual game files. So it's like I had to actually go into like the base game files just to kind of see how to actually word some of this stuff so I could like duplicate it. I actually am so proud of myself. I said that already, but dude, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. I should totally get into coding now. Yeah, except trying to make this from scratch seems like really hard. Is this what we're looking for? Yes. So we're trying to look at the occurrence per game. Okay, so this is mega disasters. This is a mega disaster. We want apocalypse mode. Oh, that's what happens. They actually lower. Not only do the comets and stuff hit more often, but they actually lower the occurrences of all the other disasters. I did not realize that when you got... So there's a mega disaster mode, which I think is pre-apocalypse mode, but we've basically just been on apocalypse mode. Yeah, everything's at 1 now. Interesting. Where then... Okay, that's why we don't see anything else. Now, when it's like 201, I don't know if it like... I'm not entirely sure if they have to hit 500. Like, maybe I need to add these up. No, this doesn't equal 500. My assumption is, obviously, the higher the number, the more likely it is. I would assume it's just like a table. And so like if there's like a 200, like if there's 200 total number, it just rolls a 200 die, and then you know it just picks whatever it lands on. That's what disaster it triggers. And my assumption is, so if you have a disaster that has like 100 of those 200s, then you got a 50% chance that it actually triggers that one. Not 100% sure that's how it works, but that's how it seems. Once again, not the developer, literally have no idea how they do anything, literally know nothing about coding, but this is just stuff that I have been piecing together via XML files. So interesting, Byzantium's gonna end up losing something here. Now this game seems a little less catastrophic compared to before, so the city targets definitely are not happening as much, and that we like. I think if we crank up the disasters on everything else, we might actually just be fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna go ahead and adjust it. We're just gonna run this game to the end and just see where we end up, just cause. But when we play it ourselves, I'm gonna go ahead and bump up all the other stuff, and hopefully everything works out fine at that point. Might have to do a quick run myself just to make sure nothing works, or nothing goes crazy. But yeah, I'm digging this. So looks like they're actually going to survive right now. Barbarians are not taking anything else there. Grand Columbia ended up getting a couple more cities, which is good because their main city got destroyed. Byzantium's at 4 cities, which is pretty good. Oh no, they actually have another one over here too. Ethiopia's at 4. Gaul is at 3, and then Maya is at 3. They're about to throw down number 4. Now, this does put religion really at the forefront. Like, it's definitely significantly more feasible to get a religious victory now. Especially on a smaller map where there's only, what, 3 religions? 4. Okay, so 4. Still a lot. Oh, there goes Ethiopia. Goodbye, Gondor. So they lost their capital. All right. I don't know if Gondor was their capital. I know it's not Gondor, but it's now officially Gondor. You know, since we're in here, I should just go ahead and change the name to Gondor. Right? You know, except now I just offended everyone from Ethiopia. All right, so now they lost their main city, their capital, and now they lost their secondary capital too. So Grand Columbia is now down to 1 city. Congratulations, have fun with that. Nicaea is still gonna survive. Byzantium's looking like they might be in the strongest position here. Ethiopia's not doing too bad, and honestly, Gauls have kind of survived. Like, here's the thing, I do not mind the comets. I just wish if we could get some volcanoes instead of, like, if you could have more than 1 disaster happen per turn, although that would completely screw with the table, because what would happen is if you had 2 disasters per turn, you'd probably have 2 comets every turn, which would just be psychotic. So yeah, so it doesn't destroy the feature, which is what we saw. Now, the only thing that gets weird here is like the bananas, which you can't work. So there's probably a way to go into the files and adjust that, where like it maintains like oil and it maintains the sea resources, but all the other resources get destroyed. To be straight up honest with you, I don't really care. Yeah, we're just gonna let it be on that, just because that's like too much work to figure out, and yeah, especially for our purposes of memeing, it really isn't worth it. So Grand Columbia is currently trying to take Vilnius. We actually have city-states in this game. Only three, but you know, that's more than we had, I think, at this point. Although we did actually, I did lower it. I lowered it and I saved the settings. So yeah, no, we should be lower. Okay, I thought that was Vilnius there for a second. Oh my God, it's gonna hit the Wonder. It's gonna hit the Wonder. Okay, I have no idea what happens here. It maintains the Wonder. It does not buff it though. So the Wonder stayed the same. I think this was already a passable Wonder, so I don't know it changed the settings on that. Yeah, it didn't actually buff the Wonder. Interesting. So for whatever reason, it only buffs the terrain. You know why? Because I have valid terrains and I don't have the Wonders as valid terrain. Oh, that was the other thing I was gonna actually do. I was gonna let it actually destroy the mountains. Yeah, we need to add in the feature mountains at some point. Just because that's like more terrain it could potentially hit, and I think it'd be interesting to actually change the mountains, like destroy the mountains. Now you could argue the mountains maybe shouldn't get destroyed into a lake or to a coast at some point. At some point we'll probably play around with it a little bit more and change all this. I definitely need to like do some copy pasting on this stuff so I don't lose my work, or at least I need to just write down what I'm doing and then just kind of start doing it from scratch. So yeah, if you guys want to see me do this, let me know and I'll kind of go through the settings at some point. I know I already said that, but yeah. We're definitely gonna, I think, keep tweaking with it. I'll probably end up, like, this is one of these things now where I'm kind of like, all right, I want to figure this out. So like once you start me on something, I want to figure it out. Definitely don't want to put it down until like I actually learn it. Downside is it's almost lunchtime. It's almost 1 o'clock, and there's a certain, you know, I don't know if you heard her groaning. She's just passed out behind me. Oh my God. All right, I gotta. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, she's so freaking cute. Can I zoom in on this? Hold up. There should be a zoom button somewhere. I'm looking at my settings. Oh man, I don't know how to zoom in. Configure video. Oh, here we go. Camera control. It's working, but it's going really, really bad. Let's do like 500. Oh, that's not working either. Go. Zoom. What if I hit auto? What happens? I can't actually auto the zoom. But look at how cute she is. Oh my God. All right. Anyways, goodbye. Anyways, yeah, that's what she does. But at a certain point, she's gonna wake up and start like yelling at me, especially if I don't start paying attention to her, which is gonna make any sort of series I try recording kind of annoying. Which means we might have to do it after lunch. But she doesn't like hanging out here after lunch. She's like, hey, we're supposed to be on the couch. You're supposed to be playing your Xbox, playing Cyberpunk. Not that she watches it, but you know. Every once in a while, she actually pays attention to the TV. Like, if there's dogs on TV, like, we'll put on, like, puppy videos, and she'll literally just sit there, stare at the TV. There's been times where we're, like, worried she's gonna actually jump through the TV. Because she's like, but it has to be, like, a regular-sized dog. Like, if I give, like, a zoomed-in picture of the dog, she can't see it. Like, if she can only, but if she sees, like, the full body, I guess she can make out the shape, and she can kind of tell it's, like, a dog at that point. So, anyways, enough about my pup. She's cute, though. I mean, she's just like ridiculously cute. It's really like, it's like a whole, like, it's frustrating how cute she is. Because it's like, how do you say no to that? She's so spoiled. Anyway, so Gauls are at 4. Maya's only at 3. They're trying to get city number 4 down. This is actually not that bad. You know, if we added in the mountains, I don't think this would be bad at all. And in fact, I do like the idea of bumping up, but I don't know I really want to bump it up too much more. Because, like, there's still so much terrain here. This is not nearly as catastrophic as I thought it was going to be initially. I hate... The solar flares got to go down. I think, like, I might maybe even turn off solar flares just because it's, like... The thing is, the world, like, the solar flares are doing nothing right now. Are they killing people? Maybe they're killing people. I mean, they're damaging some tiles, but that's about it. I don't even think they kill people, right? So they just occur way too frequently. So we can go ahead and adjust that, and I think that'll work. The Wonders actually survive now. Interesting. So the Jebel is currently flooded. Oh, crap. So they actually passed through it. Like, it's normal. That's okay. Because you know what? Like, it's a Comet Lake. So does that mean the ships can pass through it? I was actually thinking that this might be a thing, but I was less worried about it when I saw coast. Huh. I still think it's okay for our purposes right now, but I think eventually we do want to change this into water. But actually I can't because it's a feature. Yeah, that's the problem. So then what would we do? How would we actually change a feature to make it water? I don't know. That's a good question. It might not be physically possible. We'd have to actually go in and maybe make it, instead of a feature, into a terrain change. And I have no idea how to do that. That just seems really ridiculous. So Grand Colombia is still alive here. They only got the one city though. Ethiopia did end up taking Grand Colombia City, and they're currently about to lose it to barbarians, depending on how smart the barbarians are. Barbarians don't heal, right? Right? Can they pillage for HP? Do they take HP if they pillage? So here's the thing, because that warrior has so little HP, he doesn't want to attack. But what's weird is it should be at 0 with all the other attacks. So I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll have to pay attention and see there. Maya's looking pretty okay, though. They're pretty spread out right now. You definitely also want to, I think, spread your cities out as much as possible, because there's a good chance that your cities are going to end up losing some of the terrain. So, like, the last thing you want to have is a bunch of cities 4 tiles away from each other, sharing a bunch of terrain, because then, like, literally one bad comet and, like, 2 of your cities might lose most of its production. It could just be pretty catastrophic at that point. Okay, goodbye, Thessalonica. All right, so Byzantium now is down to 3 cities. They're also working on Vilnius. They might be able to take it. Rappa's still surviving. Rappa also got the Cav. I don't know what the Cav did, but the Cav definitely didn't go kill the melee unit. And there's the walls, so they will completely survive. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, because these catapults are going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, I was going to say, they're going to do quite a bit of damage. So, no, you did survive for a little bit. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about right here. So now what's really interesting about this, so technically the geothermal fissure could, no, because it's, so it doesn't replace the current feature on the tile then. So actually replacing this wouldn't be that hard then. It just needs to say like replace feature true. Probably something along those lines. So like the iron and the geothermal fissure and the bananas would just essentially get replaced, which is acceptable. I like that. I think that's how it needs to be. The bigger issue is, okay, so apparently... So it counts as coast, but then it also doesn't count as coast, and you're actually embarked. Wait, what? And you're embarked. What? But this was an embarkment. I'm highly confused. So some of the terrain is forcing them to actually hop into ships, which is exactly what we want. But when they pass through this terrain, they didn't have to. I don't understand. I wonder if it's because maybe the terrain was on top of it or the copper was on it. So maybe technically because there was a feature there, it counted as passable tile. Are you embarked right now? See, it doesn't look like you're embarked. Once again, I'm wondering if it's because there was something currently on it. Like the wonder, or the districts on it. So it maybe needs to not pillage, but instead destroy the districts. See, okay, now they're on ships. Huh. I think it has to do with the fact that there's a district there. So it's like technically they're walking on the district. Like technically he's passing through it. Oh, maybe because it's, no, you know what it is? It's because it's inside the city borders. That's what it is. No, because this is inside the city borders. Okay, I have literally no idea. I have absolutely no idea. What is going on? I don't know. Chaos. That is what's going on. Chaos. I was about to say Caracas is holding on. And they're still holding on, but they're in a significantly worse spot. It's turning into like one tile here. So yeah, once again, you're passing through here. And you're walking. Why? I have no idea. But you're embarked. You just passed through here. You are not embarked, I don't think. No, you're not embarked. I mean, it does kind of make sense because, like, you can kind of see the land around the outside. So it's like, honestly, I'm totally down with, you know, ships and land units still being able to pass through it like normal. Actually, what's funny is this campus still exists. But I feel like it should slow your movement speed down. And I actually don't know what the movement speed is crossing through it. We have literally no idea on that until we actually pass through it ourselves. Can we see through here? No, it doesn't really tell you. We can click on the unit. So it's going to take a full turn to move there. What I really wanted to see. So it's like, I mean, that doesn't really tell you because you can always move one per turn. So yeah, that doesn't actually really help us. What about the night? The night. Give me the night. Give me the night. So it looks like it's like a full move. But see, once again, this is embarking. So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what's happening. Yeah, we got to basically find a unit. So you're... How do we figure this out? And once again, you're a ground unit, so that doesn't really make sense. You can pass through all of this, though. This is Jose. That is one movement. So it feels like it's not... Yeah, movement costs 1. Oh, so it does show up movement costs 1. So technically, I feel like it should have a higher movement cost for land units. But can you have a different movement cost for land units and water units? I don't think so, because I think it's based on the embarkment. So probably not. Anyways, Maya's at 3 cities. Gulls are down to 2 cities right now. They have a lot of units, but only 2 cities. It's kind of distracting here. We currently have 2 cities for Ethiopia. I mean, I feel like as a player, you should be able to win this because you just need to out-city everyone else at this point. Yeah, I don't feel like this is that punishing anymore. Because, I mean, we're at turn 182 right now. And, I mean, basically everyone's still alive here except, you know. Oh, that's so great. That's so great. Basil's in first place. What are we looking at here with Wonder score? Because the Wonders aren't getting destroyed anymore. At least as far as I can tell. That one's hitting Nicaea, but it's not going to really do much. Does it still work the Wonder? No, it requires mining. Can you actually build a mine on it? My assumption is no. I would assume you can't, and I don't know we've seen anyone actually build on any of these tiles. Yeah, it has a road. So somehow the roads are still existing. Oh, is that what's happening? So the roads aren't getting destroyed. Okay. So that might actually explain what's happening. But then when the city gets destroyed, maybe that's actually killing the roads? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's why we're seeing them actually like walking on land at times when they're going through. It's because there's still technically a road there. So technically they're not embarking because they're walking on a road. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. It's like, oh, it's totally unrealistic in Game Breaker. We say as we literally have meteors hitting every like 2 turns. Dude, I actually feel like maybe just kill the solar flare. Like maybe make it 1 occurrence per game and we might just be good at that point. Cause like, here's the thing. If you count every time we, nah, but that's not true. I was gonna say every time we see a solar flare, another disaster would happen. Yeah, that's probably not true. Probably not true. I thought that said Colin McGregor. I was like, when did they add Colin McGregor into the game? Interesting. They have a boxer. So, how many turns we got left? We got a little under 100 turns left. I think we're probably just gonna wrap this up here though. I mean, this has been a pretty decent episode. I think we kind of learned a whole lot about what we're doing. I think we've definitely discovered that this is a lot of freaking fun, and I'm definitely, is it killing units? Yeah, it's killing units. Was that one targeted, by the way? That was not targeted. I actually have no way of telling. Yeah, that was a targeted one. Okay. I think the non-targeted ones do kill the units as well. But I think we're definitely going to as well sometime today come out with an episode of us playing with this because this is going to be a lot of fun to play with. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this. Hope you enjoyed the one-off. Tomorrow we'll be back with our regular second chance group stages, which we only have 3 more episodes left, theoretically. And then we're going to be on to the knockout round. So that should be exciting. So anyways, drop a like, comment, all the fun stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.